It's time to feel the rage. Welcome to Film Rage, where we talk movies in theaters, streaming, and classic films as well. Directors and actors beware, as you cannot hide from the rage. My name is Bryce, and I'm part of the Film Rage crew, which also includes Jim. Hello, Jim.
Hey, hey.
And that is it. No merman this week.
Merman's work.
So get ready for some technical difficulties as I perform double duty producing this episode as well. Hopefully I can remember which buttons do what. So with the introductions out of the way, let's rage on.
You know what I love? I love saying the word duty.
Duty.
Yep. Well, thanks to all who've been supporting us. If you love our independent podcast, please support us and join the growing, in fact, it's actually shrinking Film Rage community by joining our membership at buymeacoffee.com/Film Rage YYC. All members get special episodes and content only for members, and all members that sign up will get a special limited edition Film Rage merch item. If you cannot support us by joining and adding to our membership followers, you can still buy us a movie rental and dare us to see a terrible movie. Shout outs to all our listeners from all over the world.
All over the world?
All over. We're getting listeners from everywhere. And so it's so beginning of, what is it, September? So beginning of September, we have no clear leaders other than Alberta is always leading. So thanks, Alberta.
Yeah.
They're the best.
They're so good.
We love them.
Love Alberta.
Me too. Let's have a commercial.
Movies are back at Canyon Meadows Cinemas. We are open for your viewing pleasure with great new films opening weekly. All health-regulated protocols are in effect for a safe and enjoyable experience. And don't forget, we should be your first choice for your next birthday party or special event. Can't make it to the cinema? We got you covered. Order concessions from our online store, and you can either choose curbside pickup or get them delivered via Skip the Dishes, Uber Eats, or DoorDash. For more details, go to canyonmeadowscinema.ca. Here at CMC, we would like to thank you for your continued support, and we are looking forward to seeing you at the movies.
We got no streaming music. What's happening?
We didn't do any streaming last week, Jim.
Oh, yeah. Huh. What do you know? No streaming.
No streaming.
I can't dance to this.
No.
Can't dance at all to this.
We're right into the cinema, baby.
We're right in the cinema. I love it.
All right, so let's open up with Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Okay.
It's a Marvel movie. It's like
MCU
superhero
guys.
stuff.
MCU guys.
Yeah. All right, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is Marvel's latest superhero movie. This one has a kung fu master with a past confronting his estranged father, who is the leader of the Ten Rings organization. I was not looking forward to this on any level. I am feeling a bit of Marvel fatigue as we seem to be getting these movies spaced closer and closer together.
It's like every month now. It's like, oh, look, another Marvel movie.
Yes.
Holy crap.
Having said that, this was much better than I expected. Simu Liu was fine as Shang-Chi, and at his side, we got the always entertaining Awkwafina as Katie. Some might call her mesmerizing.
I think a lot of people do.
The film was very entertaining all the way to the end, where we got a typical motion sickness-inducing climax complete with so much CGI and blurry action that I did not have any idea of what was going on. Up until that point, this film had a chance of being Mondo. I mean, you got Ben Kingsley and Awkwafina sharing the screen. Mondo. We got a pig chicken with no face. Mondo.
Absolutely.
We got Michelle Yeoh gracefully kicking butt.
And
Mondo.
And punching dicks.
I didn't see that. The action was there. The laughs were there. The character development was there. Mm-hmm. This was a really good movie until the end. On a side note, I need more Awkwafina and Ben Kingsley. I need them to be in a movie. I don't care what it is. It can be a buddy cop movie or something like that.
You know what? Okay, I'm picturing it.
Yeah.
Remake Gravity. But with those two in it, and it be a comedy.
There you go.
Right?
I just need these two playing off of each other for 90 minutes, as it would just be awesome. Anyhow, I loved a lot of this and hated the final action sequence, which made it meh.
Huh. What do you know? What a surprise. I mean, what do you know? What do you know? So, this movie has badass kung fu, ladies who kick ass and punch dicks, as already alluded to, chicken pigs with no faces, terrorist thespians, evil Darth Vader-like father subplots, tons of CGI, action, comedy, super, super dark moments not used to in a MCU universe. Yeah. Wasn't very typical for the MCU world. I'm pretty happy about that. But most importantly, what this had more than any other MCU was the mesmerizing Awkwafina.
Yes,
and that ain't bad.
No, I'll take it.
Exactly. I thought that I would never have to say this ever again, let alone, I think 3 weeks in a row now. But this movie, for I think the third week in a row, was almost the perfect movie. And by perfect, I mean perfect memory flashback montage CGI MCU movie.
There was a lot.
Well, if it had one more memory flashback montage CGI MCU movie point, it might have been perfect.
Yes.
I don't know if I could.
Don't even try.
Yeah. No. Even though this film had all things, it was way too Disney, way too predictable with the whole origin story superhero shtick. Although it's a bit of a common theme with evil dads turned good at the end, made the ending along with the CGI fest, which you had alluded to, not quite as good of a movie as it could have been. I liked a lot of this film. Heck, in fact, I liked this movie a lot. I love Simu Liu. I love him. Everything I've seen him in, he's brilliant. And he's super hot because he takes his shirt off. And just the way that you should see him, kicking ass and punching dicks with the best of them. But this is an MCU. I don't think they can make a Mondo anymore. I just don't think it's possible. Because it's just regurgitated blah. Like, it's like, okay, maybe the origin stories are a little different, but ultimately they get to the same place where they have to meet their nemesis, and then they
repeat,
and then they put CGI in it, and then they end the movie. It's like
so much CGI.
I don't get it.
The final battles and all these, I just check out because there's just so much going on. It's like it was a blurry mess at the end. Like there are some sequences where I was like,
correct me if I'm wrong though. Did we not see this in 3D?
Yeah, we saw it in 3D, which we
makes
really
it worse.
We only saw it in 3D because it just happened to work out that way that we could fit all our. It actually worked out perfectly for us. We walked from one theater to the other. And have it start.
It's at the very beginning of the start.
We sat down and it started.
And it's like, bam, there it is.
We're not talking the trailers or anything. The movie just banged.
We missed the trailers, which was awesome, I might add. But yeah, you know what? Okay, so a question out there. So people listening, tell us, if you saw this in theaters and you were lucky enough not to see it in 3D, was it a mess at the end? I know some people like that. Some people like to go for all that CGI monster gibberish.
Yeah.
That's my new favorite word for CGI monster gibberish. I wonder if it was as messy.
Yeah, because it really was. It's just a blurry mess.
I kind of want it, when it comes out, I'll see it again without the 3D and see how it goes. But all that being said, this gets a Morris and Awkwafina made this movie so much better, but it only made it a high meh.
Yeah, I agree.
What?
But man, Ben Kingsley and Awkwafina sharing the screen, I just need more of this.
Oh, I just really want more of her in everything.
Yeah, maybe that's the key. You just put her with anybody. But
has she ever made anything where you didn't think
it was? No, she hasn't. But it was special. It was truly special having Ben Kingsley and her together. it's something that I never thought I would see.
In this world.
And then I saw it, and I was like...
And then your life is now a little bit better for it.
This is just so right. It was just so right.
I think we need to sign on to the Awkwafina fan club.
Yeah.
Film Rage collectively is madly in love with everything that Awkwafina does.
My girlfriend Kim made me watch some music video that she did about her vagina.
Perfect.
And it was...
Even that was mesmerizing,
it was
I bet.
pretty funny.
Exactly. She's freaking awesome. She's a good rapper.
Yes.
She's a rapper. Okay, well, as you had said earlier, we went from...
Speaking of rappers.
Yeah, we went from that movie to the very start of Mogul Mowgli.
Yes.
Which is about a British Pakistani rapper. And it stars our boy, Riz Ahmed.
Yes.
So, hopefully, after Hollywood sees this movie, they will realize that if you want to make a movie about a man whose life changes overnight for the worst due to mysterious illness, the only man for the job is Riz Ahmed.
Yes.
Because apparently, he keeps nailing this role.
That's the whole thing. I mean... He just played this role, sort of, but I don't care because he's so good.
But now, don't get me wrong. This movie is nothing like The Sound of Metal.
It isn't, but
damn,
similar themes.
This dude can act in that role.
Oh.
Like, I hope he's not pigeonholed now. This is the only role he can play. But if it is, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, you could play anything.
Yeah. So yet again, he puts himself up as the best actor again this year, in my opinion.
Yep.
I would say give Riz a few more roles, and Tom Hardy may have competition for the God of Acting. I'm just saying. I do not ever want to see them in a movie together, although I really want to see them in a movie together. Do you know why I'm saying this, Bryce?
Because then we'd have to choose Jim, because the Mesmerized off of all Mesmerized off would be going down.
Yes, we have. Okay, so are you with me here? On the lady side, we have Frances McDormand. Thank you. I just wanted you to say that. You know that, right?
Uh-huh.
And we have Viola Davis.
Yes.
So when those two make a movie, it'll be a sad and happy day. And when Tom Hardy and Riz Ahmed make a film, it's going to be a sad and happy day.
There you go.
This film is so very layered and with tastes of racism and the fight for equality, importance of family and where we come from and what defines us, as well as humility and compassion and some downright fucked up dream sequences. Just like every time Riz steps onto the screen, he completely takes over and doesn't let you see anyone else. Not sure if Riz has known this movie family very long, but the chemistry of him and the family was amazing.
It was.
And it was just incredible to see this whole dynamics of this family. This film is confusing at times for what is real and what isn't, as it moves through dream and reality at times. But the journey we go on to where he comes from and where he goes is well worth any confusion that we may feel at times. In fact, that is what I found very endearing about this film. The beginning shooting of this film I found very shaky and very kind of like home movie style and erratic, which matches Riz's emotions and behaviors. But as his life changes, and so does the camera work, it annoyed me at the beginning of the film, but as it progressed, I really felt that this added to the rawness of his character of the film. Riz Ahmed was brilliant in this film, and this Pakistani-British film was mondo. My favorite line / favorite music was Pussy Fried Chicken.
Pussy Fried Chicken.
It was delicious.
There you go. Yeah, I'm just going to talk about Riz Ahmed for a while here.
Go for it. We got hours. It's just you and me, baby.
There you go. I'm starting to think that Riz Ahmed just may be my favorite actor.
Over Tom Hardy?
Over Tom Hardy. When I see him in a film, I think to myself the same thing every time. I think, No one on the face of the earth could have performed that any better. He inhabits roles unlike anyone acting today. His range and the way I connect with the character he is portraying is matched by nobody. The other thing he seems to have going for him is that he picks really good movies. Mm-hmm. And this is dating back to Nightcrawler with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
So how was this latest film, Mogul Mowgli, that he also co-wrote and produced? Mm-hmm. Well, it was predictably so very, very good. The story of a Pakistani rapper on the verge of his big break being struck down by illness is executed with raw emotion and grace. Ahmed is of course fantastic as Zed, but the entire cast is also up to the challenge as they are also very good. Perhaps the standout of the rest of the cast would be Ali Khan as Zed's father, whose one-on-one scenes with Ahmed are some of the most effective parts of the film. This film has an energy throughout ignited by Ahmed, but the fire is kept ablaze with the rest of the cast. Mogul Mowgli was Mondo.
Yeah, dude, I cannot tell you how much I love this movie.
It was so good, and it's so unique, and it's just, it's like nothing I've seen before. It's just so good.
But this is what, I harp on all the time. These are the type of movies we need to see. It's like when we saw Minari, right? Another movie that is, now this is, I think, a British production.
Yeah.
But same sort of thing, right? Like, we need more stories about all people, and especially in the times we're seeing right now where we're seeing Muslims being run down in our street. Like, they need to see the humanity of other people other than an entire white painted audience. I fucking love the fact that this was a Pakistani family.
Yep.
I love the fact that we got to see them at their best and their worst, and it really got us to see and feel these characters. The dad and son relationship in this is no different than any other dad and son relationship. This is what people have to see, and the fact that Riz brought this forward, I think kudos to him. Yeah. I really am afraid to see him and Hardy together, because I can't debate you that him making this movie, although I can't see Tom Hardy playing a Pakistani rapper, so I don't think he could have played that role.
I'm telling you, man, but Tom Hardy's never co-wrote a movie as good as this.
Right, but maybe that's not his skill.
Riz Ahmed, actor, writer. What can the man do?
What can he not
do?
Exactly. Well, perhaps we'll have our Riz Ahmed moment of the day later in the episode just to make you happy. So you can say his name one more time.
Yes. Love that guy.
Well, in contrast to that, we have a film that was produced and directed by someone who's not Riz Ahmed. Why don't we talk about that?
He's someone that's pretty darn good, though.
He is also pretty darn good. I mean, he's no Riz Ahmed.
No, well,
he's still, wait, he's not mesmerizing yet.
No, he's not. Who knows? Maybe
Tell us more.
We are going to talk about a movie called Flag Day. The story of a con man's daughter as she tries to escape the shadow of her past. The film is directed and co-stars Sean Penn as John Vogel. Penn's daughter, in a genius stroke of casting, plays John Vogel's daughter.
What?
Yeah, her name's Jennifer. And she's kind of the star of the film. And in another outside-the-box bit of casting, we get Hopper Dillon as Vogel's son.
What? Tell me more, you say.
Yeah.
He said perplexingly.
Yeah, so Hopper Dillon, by the way, is Sean Penn's other son. His
other son?
Other son. Anyways, yeah,
it's a family affair.
Hopper Dillon Penn as Vogel's son. So it is a Penn family affair, as Jim just mentioned in this one. The one thing that is extremely evident as you watch the film is the tremendous affection that Sean Penn has for his daughter, both on screen and in real life. It comes through in every scene they have together and does add an element of realism to this true story. I will also say, for the most part, until the very end, this true story does seem genuine. There are no overly contrived plot twists as we are exposed to the lives of this somewhat dysfunctional family. We are also treated to some unexpected cameo appearances from the likes of Josh Brolin, Regina King, and Eddie Marsan, all in roles that would normally go to actors of a much lesser caliber. As far as the two main roles, Dylan Penn was solid and was able to hang with her father for the most part. And Sean Penn was tremendous as per usual. He was better in the last half of the film as a broken man trying to reconnect with his daughter, but he was great throughout. The one thing that bugged me about this film was stop me if you've heard this before, the ending.
What?
This genuine telling of a real story got a little bit unbelievable as the climax was a little hard to fathom. I realize that John Vogel's story came to an end in the way that it is presented in the film. What I don't believe, and what kind of sinks the movie that could have been Mondo, is the fact that this just happened to be broadcast on TV and that channel just happened to be on at the bar that his daughter Jennifer is meeting with a player in what is about to be her biggest story as a journalist. That's a lot of moving parts that came together perfectly. And
Isn't it? It was almost like magic.
I don't buy it.
It was movie magic, Bryce. Movie magic.
The way this big moment in her career is happening at the exact same time as her father's final act was as convoluted as it gets. I did not need that. And this genuine, until that moment, feeling film did not need that as well. Good to great performances and a genuine feel up to the end make this film a high meh for me.
I think you're being a little generous, but that's just my opinion.
I really liked it.
I know you did.
Until the end where it got
know.
stupid.
I know you're maybe
and
using that as
I messed
crutch,
up.
but
I messed up Hopper Penn's name in that for some reason. I called him Hopper Dylan, which is
Hopper Dylan Penn?
Yeah, which is not right.
Is there a Dylan in there anywhere?
There's no Dylan in there. It's just Hopper Penn.
Is there a Dylan Penn?
Well, Dylan Penn is the actress that's
There you go. So there's too many pens happening all at once. I understand it. I get it.
Yes. So anyways, I apologize.
Flicks.
I apologize to both Hopper and Dylan if you're listening.
Of course they're listening.
Of course they are.
I just have to say Flicks X-rated is what I want to say about that.
Yes.
Just FYI, our buddy Tony is from the podcast Flicks X-rated.
Not X-rated?
No, it's X-rated.
So why did you write that on my copy?
I don't know. It's just what happens sometimes. Right. So Sean Penn knows how to create moments of awkwardness throughout this entire film, going from one to another, bringing the life of Jennifer Vogel one snippet at a time. This film has some great moments, and the acting by my man, Sean Penn, is stellar as always. It is really times like these that I really miss seeing him more on screen.
I really do.
Mm-hmm.
I need more Sean Penn.
And yes, expect him to possibly come up later in the show, but he is already mesmerizing. I'm just letting everybody know. The biggest problem I found with this film was pacing for me. As I watched it, I could not feel the spark of passion for our main character or pretty much anyone in this film. I don't know if it was because of the writing or just the pacing. Again, there are some moments of greatness. Those pretty much were when Penn was on screen. Great to see Regina King and Josh Brolin, as you may mention too, as cameos. As per usual, biopics most of the time spend too much time on what story they are actually trying to tell and not always getting it right. If you're missing seeing Sean Penn, then definitely go see this film. But if you're just as happy seeing Mystic River, Milk, or Dead Man Walking for a third or fourth time, you can wait till this hits Netflix or Prime in a few months. I liked most of this film, but again, where was the editor? And who was in charge of the pacing in this film? I love Sean Penn, but this film for me was just a meh.
No problem with the pacing.
I didn't like the pacing. I didn't feel for her character. They didn't develop her enough for me to like her as a person.
I liked her.
Nah, she was just meh through the whole thing. It was just like, for the temperature for me, like for me to believe that they've either A, built the character, B, had the pacing right, or C, had enough emotion in the film. If I never look at my watch through the entire movie, to me, that means I'm glued to the screen. And I looked at my watch 4 times. So to me, it was kind of like, okay, well, how long is this movie going to be? Because I wasn't feeling it. So it has to touch me on a more deeper level, and this film did not bring that out.
Maybe it
for
was
me.
because she was sharing the screen with Sean Penn, but legitimately, every time they were on the screen together, you could feel the affection that he has for his daughter.
Yes, but there was so many times where they weren't on screen together.
That's true.
And they kept bringing her into stories that was kind of like, okay.
She was fine. I like Dylan Penn.
Yeah, she's fine. Fine does not cut it. It's if you're gonna make a movie with Sean Penn,
cuts it.
Sean motherfucking Penn, you should try and be of the same caliber. Why wasn't his daughter Viola Davis? I don't get it. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Should have been Viola Davis.
It should have been Viola Davis. Then it would have been more. I mean, come on. Could you imagine those two in a movie together?
It would be great.
Maybe not as his daughter. Maybe as his wife. Maybe
that might not have flown just because it would have been a little distracting. I think.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But okay, so here's a question for you.
Yes.
Did you notice when he was in his younger years, he really did look younger?
Yeah, he looks pretty good.
Yeah, like for them, I don't know what they did, if they did CGI stuff or makeup.
I don't think they did. I think it was just
But no,
makeup.
because he had I'm looking, he didn't have his Sean Penn wrinkled face. Like,
but he didn't look
he'd spent too much time in Haiti in the sun.
He didn't look like all plastic like the Irishman.
No, I know. Right? Yes, which was terrible, by the way. Thank you for reminding me of my rage of a couple of years ago.
That movie was good.
It was not good. But anyway, I agree with you. It looked so realistic. Like, I was really thinking.
So either the technology's gotten a lot better or they got some pretty good makeup people.
Or, yeah, maybe Sean Penn does a good job at that part in his direction. Anyway, I think...
Maybe he has the ability to just fill out his wrinkles for short periods of time.
He does a blowfish kind of thing? He's like,
yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what Sean Penn... Sean Penn can do a lot of stuff.
He's pretty magical,
he is.
I gotta say.
Well, he could probably do that. I'm not saying he could walk around like that for days, but he could probably maintain that for 10 minutes.
He didn't look puckered, though. Like, he looked like he was more pursed as opposed to puckered.
Maybe we should move on.
Yeah, maybe. What the hell? Why don't we talk about something else?
Let's do that. Let's talk about something else.
Temperature rising. Vision blurring. Rage taking over.
Rage. Sweet, sweet rage. I love a nice, slow building rage. I didn't have anything that caused me too much grief this week, but I think what I'm going to rage about is what you kind of had alluded to, and maybe it's going to lead right into your rage. I don't know. But can we please not have so many fucking MCU films all in one year? Like, I don't want to see that many MCU movies. That's my rage. That's the basis of my rage this week. Is as much as I loved seeing Awkwafina in the film. First off, she wasn't in it long enough. But second of all, is I'm kind of punch drunk from superhero movies.
And I've brought this up in the past. Remember when a superhero movie was like an event?
Yes, it was a special.
You'd only get like one a year.
Yes.
And you'd get it, and it would be so exciting. It was the big blockbuster of the summer.
Spider-Man.
And that was it. You got the one.
Yes.
And then you'd have to basically wait another freaking year before you got another. And
or maybe at Christmas you'd get a surprise.
Yeah, might get one.
Yeah.
But you would get like 2 maximum a year, and usually just one, and it was an event. And now it seems like we're getting one every other month.
How many did we seen?
I don't know.
Can you remember?
Well, I mean, it's just not the MCU. I mean, if you include everything, we also got the Suicide Squad in there.
Yeah.
We got Black
So
Widow,
DC, yeah.
and we got...
Which is MCU.
Yeah, and then we got...
something else. I know it's been more, and we're getting
more.
Homecoming 2.0.
I think there's like 4 more before the end of the year.
What? 4 more? That's like, we're in September, October, November, December. That's 3 months.
Yeah, because we're going to get the Carnage.
which I'm excited about.
We're gonna get the
Spider-Man dude with
Spider-Man,
Doc Octopus,
yeah.
and
then that
Cumberbuns,
or what is it?
Oh, the internal organs or whatever they're called.
Yeah, whatever.
Hemorrhoids.
That's coming
the humanoids
up
of the
end
deep,
of the year.
whatever they're called.
Yeah.
The Eternals. There you go.
I think there's one or two others. I don't know.
Yes, like come on. Like I already don't want to see the Eternals. The movie looks terrible, and the Spider-Man movie also looks terrible. It's like I didn't like it. It's like seriously, you're gonna first off lie to your partner, Cumberbund, about you're not gonna give Spider-Man his wish. It's like, why would you even lie about that? That's not even your character. You don't lie to people. You're freaking Stephen Strange. You're honest. You're like the Bryce of superheroes.
There you go.
You're the teller of truths. You don't piss around with shit like that. By the
way, that's my superpower, Jim.
Is it?
Telling the truth.
Telling the truth. So I don't get it. Like, I'm just like, come on. I'm sick of it. I don't know. That's my rage.
All right.
Just cut it out, MCU.
Cut it out, MCU. Be better,
or not at all.
Not even be better. Just don't.
Not
too
at
much.
all.
Too
just
much.
Not at all.
Maybe keep it to like 2 movies a year.
Yeah, that's it. 2. Okay. Stop
me if you've heard this before.
I haven't.
No,
today.
You have.
I haven't today.
Actually, you have today even. I am so unoriginal. I'm sure I've raged about this before, maybe even earlier in this episode. But can we get better endings to movies? This week we almost got 3 Mondos from me, but because of overstuffed or convoluted or both endings, 2 of those films got Mez. Flag Day could have got a Mondo if it weren't for its overly convenient ending that took a genuine story and made it much less effective with a convoluted sequence at the end. And Shang-Chi just turned into a special effects mess of motion that had me checking out before the end of the film. 90% good is not as good as 100% good. That is my rage.
Can I just throw on the top of your funeral pyre burning away there?
Yes.
As the same thing with acting. I already alluded to this earlier in the episode. Fined for acting doesn't cut it.
Sometimes it cuts it.
It does not cut it. If you're going to cast a movie, don't make it fine. Make it great every time. And that includes endings.
There you go. Ah.
Rage subsiding. Pulse slowing. Anger fading.
Howdy, I'm Casey, the host of the Nerdy Photographer Podcast. Are you curious about photography? Perhaps you run a creative-minded business? Then you'll want to tune in to the Nerdy Photographer Podcast. Episodes feature stimulating interviews and discussions, as well as a little bit of totally useless information, all set inside the frame of a science fiction comic book adventure. So what are you waiting for? Adventure awaits. Head over to nerdyphotographer.com or find the Nerdy Photographer Podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
Well. The moment we've all been waiting for. And with Murray not here, there's a pretty good chance we may actually see people removed from the Mesmerized list. I have hope, people. If Bryce saw the same movie that I did, and not the other Glad He Ate Her movie.
The one with Brian Dennehy?
Yeah, not that one. Not that one. The other one. The other Gladiator. So Bryce, write on a piece of paper, or unless you've got it already in print somewhere where we can see it. So just to remind people, if you haven't heard last week's episode, and if you're not familiar with our lists, go on our website, filmrageyyc.com, and look at our lists episode, look at our lists, which we break down actors that are mesmerizing. We also have the undoubted, we have the doubted, and we have the repulsive. So last week, the Merman brought for us the movie Gladiator, because it actually has 3 of our mesmerized people. Russell Crowe, Joaquin Phoenix, and Djimon Hounsou.
Sure.
That's not bad for me. So, we have to decide, Bryce and I, who was the most mesmerizing from the film Gladiator. If we agree, 2 of those people are gone from the list. Maybe never to return. Maybe. All right, on a count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Richard Harris.
He's not on the list. You got to pick somebody else.
Oh, no. I messed up. Djimon.
You sabotaged. He was pretty amazing, though.
He was.
I picked Joaquin Phoenix.
Ah, crap.
And because when I saw this movie, I don't think I'd ever seen Joaquin in anything. Like, I don't remember him in anything. And I thought, when I saw this movie,
this.
Yeah, maybe, but I mean, nothing that I really, like, we go back and see what he was in. I'm just going back here. I'd never seen anybody as creeped out who was so attracted to his sister and a bunch of other creepy level that he has.
He had a lot going on.
He had so much going on. But I don't think he was any, like, okay, so before Gladiator, he was in a movie called The Yards, 8mm. I don't even remember him in that. Was he a big part in that?
He had a pretty big role in that,
Was
I
it?
thought.
Clay Pigeons.
He was
Return to Paradise. Yeah, I'm not doubting it. I'm just like, I don't remember him as the main actor.
I don't know what Return to Paradise is.
It's a movie where someone returns to paradise.
Yeah,
He played a character named Lewis. With Vince Vaughn and Heche.
Really? Oh, I have. Yeah. It was all right.
Yeah, but is he like the main guy?
No, he's not the main guy in that.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like, so anyway, this is, to me, was he was like one of his main character roles.
Yeah.
And I thought he was brilliant. I can't argue with you. Djimon did a great job.
Yeah.
He wasn't in it enough, I felt. So, but I mean, it was unfair because the two of Joaquin and him weren't really together. It was Russell Crowe and him. So it was kind of like he was just blowing Russell Crowe right out of the water.
Well,
it's no competition.
Yeah. It's not. If those were the 2, then
yeah, it would have been gone. Okay, so
a ding dang dong.
A ding dang dong. We didn't lose. We could have lost Russell Crowe if Bryce would have picked the right name. But that brings up the discussion. Are you ready to watch some more Oliver Reed movies? Because Oliver Reed was pretty damn good in there, too.
Oliver Reed was very good in there. Richard Harris was very good. Like,
Yes.
Richard Harris, I think, was the most mesmerizing person in that movie.
I still think Joaquin. It would be a tough decision for me between those 2 for sure.
Yeah, fair enough.
Damn you.
Sorry.
We could have had it.
I dropped the ball.
You did. Well, and just to remind everybody, Sean Penn is already on our mesmerized list.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he is. Why would he not be? I mean,
I don't know.
It's like kind of a given. Like he's pretty much a film god. Let's face it.
So did you see that email that Murray sent us? Where
What's
there's
that?
like 5 people in the same movie?
No, I didn't see that movie. What is it? What's this one?
It is.
I did not see this. Maybe I just didn't read it.
Yeah, you should have read it.
Do you remember?
No. Why don't I remember?
Anything. Ever.
I'm so old and dumb these days.
Well, I'll give you the old. The dumb part, you're not really that dumb. Except in your pick. Okay, wait a minute.
Generous.
Oh, here it is. For the next Mesmerize off.
Yep.
I have Burn After Reading, which has Frances McDormand, J.K. Simmons, Richard Jenkins, Tilda Swinton, and John Malkovich. Oh my God! I can't wait to rewatch this.
And that would be Frances McDormand.
Thank you.
Not Nick McDormand. I don't know why you've got this weird mental block with that name.
Oh, I've been calling her that for years. She hasn't corrected me. It's just you. Yeah. You're the only one that has a problem with it. She's perfectly fine with it.
You think so, do you?
Maybe.
Right.
Oh my God, this is... Okay. There's
That's
too
crazy,
many.
Right?
There's too many. Well, okay, so here's the thing. I'm looking at that list.
Yeah.
And we've got... Okay, so we know Frances McDormand is the A. McDormand is the A. Right? We know that. Her and Viola Davis. We know that. But we also know Tilda Swinton is also A.
What I was just about to say is Tilda Swinton is also not too far behind those two.
Right.
We'll see how it is in this movie.
And I'm saying Richard Jenkins makes the A team.
Oh, man.
But J.K. Simmons, I love him.
Yeah. He's not quite up to
He's not at Richard Jenkins' level.
Nope.
And same with Malkovich.
Nope.
Malkovich has dropped the ball lately.
Malkovich has gotten just a little too campy as of late.
Yes.
He's kind of doing it. He's kind of fallen into that Robert De Niro where he's doing Robert De Niro.
Yes.
John Malkovich now
he's doing
does John Malkovich.
Yeah,
in every role.
It's like when he was in that movie being John Malkovich.
Same as Al Pacino. Al Pacino just does Al Pacino.
I know. Like I've said, Al Pacino has two speeds.
Yes. I'll take a flamethrower to this place.
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
And his other one. Whatever the other one is. But yeah, so I don't know. To me, it's going to be between three.
Probably.
I really think it's going to be Francis.
I'm actually looking forward to watching that movie again. I love Burn After Reading. It was a good movie.
McDormand.
Yes, very good.
It's going to be Richard Jenkins, and it's going to be Tilda Swinton. That's my vote.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those three. There's no question.
I never thought that. Oh my God, I'm so worried now because I love Tilda Swinton too.
Yeah. This is going to be dicey.
You know what? We also have to go back and watch.
The thing is that they're all going to remain.
We're going to have to
because
you're going to pick Tilda Swinton and I'm going to pick Francis McDormand.
No, but if Murray's here, he's going to pick John Malkovich. I just know he is.
I don't know. He's a huge Francis fan.
Is he?
Yeah, he's a huge Francis fan.
I think he's going to pick John Malkovich. I am going on the record right now, and he's not going to listen to this podcast.
Yep.
I'm going on the record right now, and we'll see if I'm right. He will pick John Malkovich.
Okay, and I'm saying he's going to pick Francis McDormand if he's back.
I think we should put a little wager on this. I don't know what we'll wager.
Movie rental. Movie rental.
Movie rental?
Yep.
All right.
Okay. And if it's neither, we just make Murray buy for us. For not showing up this week.
That sounds excellent. Let's do that.
I'm on board with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's another question we have to answer.
Yes.
And we're going to have to watch this coming up. We just added Dev Patel on the Mesmerized list.
We did.
And you know what was out last year?
I don't.
The History of David Copperfield.
It was.
And you know who's in the History of David Copperfield? Dev Patel and Tilda Swinton.
And Tilda Swinton's in it, yeah. Let's hold
You know,
off.
it was good. It was good that he was on there for at least a couple weeks.
Well, here's the thing. If we don't get to it before Burn After Reading, and Tilda Swinton isn't our pick,
yeah,
then he doesn't have to worry about it. He's a luck by, it's like when you're in the like the NCAA tournament where there's like 64 teams in there, and you happen to miss the number one seed because some upstart Cinderella team knocks them off.
Exactly.
Then you don't have to face them. And that's the situation he's hoping for. He's cheering like hell for those other... Because if they can somehow knock her off...
If Francis McDormand can knock out Tilda Swinton...
Then Dev Patel's safe. But if she can't... I wouldn't want to be Dev Patel.
I don't even... to be honest, we don't have to actually rewatch that movie.
No,
it's a given. It's so Tilda Swinton. That movie, even though he owned...
He was great.
Absolutely, he was mesmerizing.
He's no
but when he's
Swinton.
right beside Tilda Swinton, it's game over.
Yeah. All right, sir.
This was the best lists.
That's a good conversation.
It was. Yeah, I hope everybody that's listening is excited about it as we are. Let us know. Okay, so we have a lot of listeners that tell us a lot of stuff through social media and email and stuff. But you guys aren't telling us if you agree with our mesmerized list or if our undoubted or doubted list. Let us know what you think. Send us a message. Tell us who you're rooting for. Yes. I'll be doing some social media about this because it's a big banger of so many people.
It is. It's crazy.
And if we added Brad Pitt onto the mesmerized list, it would be even bigger.
I forgot he's in it too.
Yeah, he's big in it.
He's not mesmerizing though. He's very good. And there are times when he is, but he's not consistently for me.
100%. He's fine at times, and that's something I don't like to say.
And other times he's fantastic.
Other times he's mesmerizing. All right. Last week on Rage or Dare, Bryce pulled what could possibly be the scariest film ever pulled from any rage bag ever when he pulled the remake of Endless Love. Yes, that's right.
They remade it.
There was a remake, so you can imagine how this may end up. This week, I will have to go back to Bryce's bag, and as he promised last week, and I put in quotes, the gloves are off, Jim. So let's hope that I may get my comeuppance. I'm not saying I will, because I don't think there's anything in that bag that comes close to the remake of Endless Love. Why don't we check in with Bryce and see if the remake of Endless Love can hold a candle to our good friend Brooke Shields' version, or was this in fact the worst thing that Bryce has ever seen? And I cannot be more happy. I don't think I've laughed as hard as I did last week when I knew you pulled this movie.
You know what? You were laughing pretty hard. I will say no, Endless Love is not the worst thing that I have ever seen.
Is it close? Is it in the bottom 10?
It's, however, definitely on the short list. It is a parade of thinly imagined characters in a sappy, uninspired film packed with romance cliches and a series of situations that will give you a headache from the violent eye rolls that you are sure to endure. The original with Brooke Shields was at least so epically bad that it was kind of funny,
yes,
which makes it almost watchable on that level. This one actually had competent actors, but they were delivering such an incompetent dialogue that the experience could not be enjoyed on any level. There is a simple story in here about obsessive teenage love that could have been a watchable movie, but instead we got a lot of overplotted yet forgettable drivel, complete with a head-scratching ending that made little logical sense. This was bad. Very, very bad. It was a rage.
Yes, it was.
There are scenes in this where, like, I don't even know what that, like, what? Why is Bruce Greenwood starring in this garbage? He's not a bad actor. He didn't have to be in this.
He needed a paycheck, I guess.
Yeah, why? No, he didn't need a paycheck. This was put out at a time where he was getting steady acting gigs. How does he pick up this script and say, yes, I need to be in the remake of Endless Love? I get all the other people that are in it. Why is he in it? He was making money. There was no reason for Bruce Greenwood to say, yeah, sign me up for the remake of Endless Love. Like, this is something I gotta do.
This is my dream job.
It's like, what is going on?
I've been waiting for the remake of this my entire life.
It was
for
so
someone
bad.
to finally make this movie right again.
It's like,
and
I could just imagine his agent handing him the script and him going, yeah, let's do it. I don't, like, why?
Yeah, okay, so that brings on a bigger question. Why do good actors make these terrible movies?
Like, what kind of paycheck could they have given him that would make him, like, they had to...
I kind of want to know this information now.
They had to pay him extra, didn't they? Like, this couldn't have been just what he regularly made.
Yeah, what's your regular rate for making...
We'll tack on, a couple hundred thousand?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know how... What's the budget of Endless Love 2.0?
Oh, so bad. So very, very bad.
I'm so happy. Okay, so... What is the worst movie you've ever seen? Can you imagine?
I can't. Well,
okay, so what's the worst thing you've pulled from all of the bags that you can remember?
You're asking me. Don't put me on the spot, Jim.
Was it Phantom of the Opera?
Oh.
Was it when we watched Top Gun again?
Oh. The horrifying memories that you're bringing up. Yeah, we watch a lot of bad, Jim.
Yes, we did.
Someday, maybe we should do that. We should go through all the rage movies that we've watched.
Oh, mine is already carved in stone.
I know you've got it carved in stone.
Nothing's beat it yet.
I would have to go back. I wouldn't actually watch them again.
No, God, no.
I would have to go back and list them all off.
Relive it in your mind.
And figure out which. But yeah, there is a lot of bad. Other than the fans' rage bag, which I tend to enjoy for some reason.
I seem to pull the biggest pile.
Yeah, you pull some bad
Duty.
ones. Yeah.
You know what? We started with Duty,
Yeah.
And we're going to end with
You
duty.
just like saying duty.
Who doesn't? And
You're-
you actually
you
gave us
are-
double duty.
You are pulling from my bag this week.
There
Jim.
might
Let's see what you
speaking
get.
of duty,
Let's see what
I'm
you
kind
get.
of excited.
And what is it?
I've been watching too many. This movie's a lot of good. Down to You.
Down to You.
I don't think I know this movie.
It's
Should I
really-
know this movie?
I think maybe
Who's in this?
probably some quality actors. I'm guessing. I'm trying to remember. Is this another?
Oh wait, this has like some of my favorite
What's her
favorite
head?
actresses in it. It's got Selma Blair,
Yep.
Julia Stiles.
Yep.
She's a knockout. Freddie Prinze Jr. Isn't he even Canadian?
Freddie Prinze Jr. That is.
It's
that
got Henry Winkler. Who's not gonna love this movie?
It's gonna be so good, right?
I almost want to buy this movie.
You should buy this movie.
I might go buy it right now.
Freddie Prinze Jr. By the way,
Mm-hmm.
after I think I'm gonna write down the name Freddie Prinze Jr. because I'm pretty sure he's doubted. But
Oh, you mean
we'll talk about that next
if he's
week.
not, he's pretty repulsive, I imagine.
Yes.
Right?
There's no.
So I
question.
have to see the 2000 movie. If we can find it, you know the rules.
Oh,
I've got to
you'll
find
find
it legally.
You'll find it legally.
I don't know. Usually some of these movies are so bad, no one wants to keep playing them.
Everybody loves Freddie Prinze Jr.
Do they? What's the last thing he's been in?
I don't know.
And don't say your dreams. Because it's more like nightmares. Okay, we're just going to find out what he was in last.
Yes.
Just so that everybody knows. He was in...
I have watched this, by the way.
You have?
Yeah, I went to a lot
I'm
of
proud of you.
movies in 2000.
He was in a new TV series from 2021 where I think it's got to be a voice. Star Wars: The Bad Batch.
Yeah, that has to be a voice because it's animated, Jim.
I think so.
No, I know so.
Oh, he plays the voice of Kanan Jarrus in The Rise of Skywalker, too.
I am sure
So
glad you
apparently-
told me that, Jim.
So he's apparently not doing a lot of acting. He's just doing voiceovers,
That's acting.
voice acting.
Yeah, it is voice acting.
But we don't consider it acting
No, well,
because then
doesn't-
we would include it.
It doesn't get, it doesn't get you on any lists or off of any lists. Or,
So we have to go back quite a ways to see when he was in a movie called Killer Skin, which I love the name of that, by
it's
the
got
way.
a good name, Killer Skin.
It's a 1 minute. It's only
it's a 1 minute movie.
It's a 1 minute
Coming to a
movie.
theater near you. Shell out that $13 so you can
Get
watch
to see 1 minute of Freddie Prinze.
Prinze.
I'm on board.
There you go.
Well, next week you're going to get to hear me talk about
Down to
You.
Yes.
And a lot more. Because we're going to see, I think, one movie, and then we're going to be doing a bit of streaming.
whole lot of streaming, I think, because I don't think a whole lot's coming out this week.
No, we're back to being pissy because we're getting fucked over in Alberta for films.
Wah, wah.
Which totally pisses me off. All right. Thanks, Ragers, for listening. Some super rage love to our members, James and Philip, for their continued financial support as well as moral support. Thanks to the extended Film Rage crew of Leonard Conlon, Bex Goose, Tony, and Nat for their artistic contributions to our show. You can find their homes in our show notes, so go check that out. Thanks to our sponsor, Canyon Meadows Cinemas. Please go and support your local independent cinemas near you as they desperately need your help as we continue to fight our way out of COVID. Find us on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Film Rage YYC. Follow us at Audea, which is AUDEA.io, and search Film Rage YYC for bite-sized film reviews. Check out everything Film Rage at filmrageyyc.com, including our merch site for Redbubble and TeePublic. We are always wanting to make this a raging blast for all listeners, so please comment, like, and subscribe, and send us an email to filmragecalgary@gmail.com. Dare us to see terrible movies to fuel our rage, but no matter what you do, please make us rage. Please. Please. That's it for this week. Rage on!
Rage on!